We mark our calendars for birthdays, anniversaries, and national holidays, but between those red circles sit hundreds of blank squares, the ordinary, forgotten filler days we just rush through to get to the weekend. But if you stop and put one of those random squares under a microscope, say June 14th, you find a surprising density. In a single 24-hour span on the calendar, a controversial revolutionary was born, a brutal war officially ended, the first commercial computer booted up, and a beloved actor passed away. June 14th provides a statistical cross-section of the human experience, neatly packed into one window of time. To make sense of this chaotic timeline, we can organize these events into three distinct pillars of human progress: innovation, power, and culture. The first pillar, innovation, tracks our leaps in biological survival and technological capability. On June 14, 1864, Dr. Alois Alzheimer was born. His meticulous clinical work would eventually allow him to identify and name one of the most devastating forms of dementia known to medical science. Exactly 4 years later, in 1868, Karl Landsteiner was born. He discovered the ABO blood group system, solving the deadly mystery of incompatible transfusions, which is exactly why June 14th is now recognized globally as World Blood Donor Day. Over the next century, the focus of human innovation shifted from mapping the human body to building complex machinery. Jump to June 14, 1951. The U.S. Census Bureau dedicated the UNIVAC I. This machine processed alphabetical and numerical data on magnetic tape, launching the commercial tech industry we rely on today. Whether by mapping the biological chemistry of our blood or the digital logic of a census, these breakthroughs show a species learning to organize the chaos of its own existence. The second pillar, power, reveals our deep and ongoing obsession with redrawing global borders and enforcing our competing ideologies. Early nation-building is marked right here in 1777, when the Second Continental Congress adopted the Stars and Stripes, establishing what we now call U.S. Flag Day. The enforcement of those borders requires immense physical tolls. On June 14, 1982, Argentina formally surrendered to the United Kingdom, concluding the brutal and bloody Falklands War. Beyond the physical battlefield, power is also contested through the birth and spread of radical ideologies. This day also marks the 1928 birth of Che Guevara. His eventual path as a Marxist revolutionary polarized global politics and inspired guerrilla movements across continents. Contrast that with another birth exactly 18 years later in 1946, Donald Trump. His future presidency would steer modern political tribalism in a sharply different ideological direction. From the rocky hills of the Falklands to the deep divides of modern politics, this date records our ongoing struggle to define who holds authority and what they represent. The final pillar, culture, moves past state power and into the human spirit. In 1922, the legendary filmmaker K. Asif was born. His expansive vision eventually produced the epic Mughal-e-Azam, a film that became a permanent cornerstone of Indian cinema. In 1969, we see the birth of Steffi Graf. She would go on to win 22 Grand Slam singles titles, securing her place as one of the most dominant athletes in the sport's history. But culture is also shaped by profound loss. On June 14, 2020, Bollywood actor Sushant Singh Rajput passed away. His sudden death resonated heavily, highlighting how collective grief binds communities together. Our athletic achievements, our cinematic triumphs, and public tragedies dictate how we experience our timeline emotionally. The significance of June 14th is a result of basic probability. Because billions of individuals are constantly making choices and taking actions, every square on the calendar is inevitably crowded with history-making events. The volume of activity on this date reflects a global population that creates a new milestone every second. Today, right now, is effectively someone else's June 14th. People are making discoveries, signing treaties, and creating art that will fill tomorrow's archives. History is an active, ongoing process being written right at this exact moment.